What is up, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all having another good day, bringing y'all some content. All right, now today's video, first things first, I gotta rewind real quick. All right, hey, real quick, shout out to everybody that checked out the headliner video. Thank you guys for the love, man. Y'all came out and showed so much love on that video. I really appreciate it. A lot of hard work, and y'all, it seemed like y'all really enjoyed it. So I thank you guys so much for the warm, the loving comments, if you say. So we on to the next thing now. Okay, headliner's done, it's in, it's good. Now we're moving on to the next thing, right? So what we got today is going to be a Revmax parts unboxing for the transmission. So we got a bunch of parts that came in. I'm gonna go over everything that I got, talk about why I got it, and we still got more parts that we have to get before we can crack open the trans and start rebuilding it, okay? So, yeah, nobody's mentioned this. Yeah, like I was saying, it's going down. Just a little sneak peek for y'all. We got some tires for the truck, 35s, meaties. And over here, we got some spacers. 2-inch bore. Stand by for that. All right, you guys, so before we even get started real quick, I got so much stuff, and we got so much stuff in the shop, like it's ridiculous right now, okay? But one thing I was gonna say real quick is, in this box right there, that box right there, is my new 64mm Ryan's Diesel turbo in there. I've already looked at it, it looks phenomenal. That's a separate video, you guys are gonna have to wait to see that. But what I will tell you right now is that I have my stock HE300 VG turbo for sale. This is the one that was on my truck when I bought the truck. Works perfectly fine, no issues. It is for sale. It does not include the actuator, okay? So I took the actuator off because I used it for my new turbo. But no issues with this turbo whatsoever. Super clean. No shaft play whatsoever, very clean. Just a regular old stock turbo. I'm gonna be selling this. It's for sale for a really good price. So if you are interested in it, shoot me an email at everythingdiesel@gmail.com, or you can message me on Instagram, everything_diesel, and I will ship for it. Obviously, you know, shipping's like, you're gonna cover it, but I'm not trying to get anything crazy for it, you guys. So shoot me a message, or if you're interested in the turbo, nothing wrong with it. Like I said, it's just sitting here. I have no use for it no more. So yeah, just hit me up and let me know. All right, now we get into the meat and potatoes of things now. All right, so back to the video. So what we have here, you guys, is a follow-on to a video, and if you didn't check that video out, I'm gonna put a card up in the corner. Check it out. Basically me talking about the transmission, the status of the transmission for my truck, the 2014 Ram 3500, 60 RP, 5th and 6th gear overdrive. It's pretty much shoddy on it. It's going out. We already talked about that. That's old news 2022. We're in 2023, and we got some goodies in for it, okay? So first things first, off the rip, Revmax, everything's Revmax, okay? All of this is Revmax. There are 2 components I'm probably gonna end up ordering later that will not be Revmax, which is going to be the low reverse brag, just because Revmax is sold out and they're not going to have any for a few months. So probably going to get that from BD, heavy duty low reverse brag, and then billet oil pump. I might do the Revmax one, I don't know yet, but those are the only 2 things that won't be or might not be Revmax. Everything else though is 100% Revmax. All right, we already have the Revmax billet valve body in the truck, Revmax deep dish pan, Revmax thermal bypass valve, okay? So for the transmission right here, what we're looking at, this is going to be for the input drum section, okay? So this is a billet Revmax 700R or 700 billet drum. Okay, this right here, and I'm not taking anything out the plastic because I want it to stay like it is until I'm ready. But this right here is quality. Okay, your input drums on these, or some people say overdrive drums, whatever. The drums on these 68 RFEs, your overdrive drums, they're weak. All right, that is the weakest thing on the transmission next to the valve body. Those two things are the number one, like, it's trash, man. If you're cracking your transmission open, even if you're doing a stock build and you're cracking your transmission open to get it rebuilt, upgrade your overdrive drum, man. Or your input drum. Do not run the crappy stock aluminum one that is weak and it flexes. All right. So with that, it's gonna come the clutch packs and the steels upgrades. Okay. So stock 68 RFEs have 12 packs. It has 12 clutches in the overdrive. We're going up to 16 now because the Revmax one is machined and oversized to where it can hold more. Okay. Revmax has specific tolerances that their drum needs to be built to, but they have the instructions on their website. So now we're going to be running 16 clutches, 16 steels. We have, I don't even know what the hell this is called. Steel supports, some cover housing thingy, and I don't know what that is. All right, so disclaimer, I'm not a transmission dude, but I can at least somewhat elaborate on the stuff. They provide new O-rings for it. All right, over here, the kit also comes with a genuine Mopar filter. All right. No cheap crap, both spin on and pan filter. Okay, as we move on, I got my little cheap paper here too. We move on over here, we got the billet input shaft. Okay, this is a direct oil and billet input shaft from Revmax. This is, I believe, is either patented or patent pending. You can kind of see, yeah, you see that right there, Revmax, made in the USA. All right. Importance of a billet input shaft. Okay, so check it out. A lot of people, when they'll get a transmission or a truck, whatever, and they upgrade the torque converter because they're like, well, I want more power put to the wheels, so let me put a bigger torque converter or a beefier torque converter in there, which is cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Here's the problem though. Your stock input shaft is not going to like that at all, especially with the amount of torque these Cummins engines make at low RPMs. Your input shaft is not going to have a good time. So highly recommend upgrading your billet to a billet input shaft. People will make an argument all day. They're like, oh well, it's better to have a stock one because if it breaks, it doesn't send shrapnel and shards all throughout your transmission. When the stock breaks, it's a clean break. That's more of a racing application. If you're doing boosted launches type stuff, that's more of that type of scenario. But if it's just a regular street truck, billet input shaft, you know what I'm saying? I don't think many people are gonna steer you wrong. So we come over here and I have to read this off the paper. So what this is the 68 RFE billet steel center support 5CL with the piston. Okay, so this is billet steel. So apparently the stock one is, I guess, aluminum. They upgraded to 100% billet steel. Now you got billet steel and billet aluminum, two different things. Okay, this is billet steel. All right, so this is super hard. So it can handle quite the beating. You can see in here it comes with its own clutches, all stacked up. It looks like they're ready to rock and roll. All right, over here is just a standard rebuild kit. Transmission pan gaskets, seals for like oil pump cover housing. Let's see, we got stuff for the valve or for the solenoid switch pack. Comes with an upgraded hardened valve body accumulator plate. So this right here is this stuff right here in general is gonna be for if you have a stock valve body. It does come with the balls in here too, so I'm guessing you can upgrade your balls inside the valve body, depending on I guess it does something with line pressure or whatnot. But you got your seals here, brand new seals. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely need a rebuild kit. All right. Slide on over here, and I'm gonna need my paper for this one. I don't know which one this is. This might be the low reverse side. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the low reverse side. So this will be the low reverse side. Your steels for it, that should be the steel support center for your 2C, 4C, if I'm correct. Not a transmission guy. Don't beat me up, you guys, but you can see, man, this stuff is high quality. All right, this is like no joke, legit. Okay, we have the steel Got the steel oil filter thread insert, upgrading from the plastic one. People have said that they've had issues where the plastic one will basically either crack or it will back itself off, and if your filter spins off your transmission, you're gonna wipe out your transmission essentially. Come over here, get some more clean stuff. I mean, this stuff just looks A1, man. Like it doesn't look cheap at all. It doesn't look cheap. It looks good. There's a reason why I went with Revmax. All right. All right, you guys. So real quick, I figured I'd just read off to you exactly everything that I got. So on this setup, we went with the 68 RFE performance rebuild kit. So all the clutches are specific Revmax clutches. Okay, these are, I believe, they worked with Alto to have clutches made specifically for their transmission units. Nobody else sells these clutches and steels that Revmax have. They're specifically for Revmax. Okay, so we got that high performance kit. We did the 68 RP 700 high performance input clutch drum, which again was the black drum that we were talking about earlier. The billet input, or I think it's billet steel, input clutch drum. We got the billet input shaft. We have the billet flex plate. Ooh, that's what I forgot to take out. The flex plate. It's somewhere in one of these boxes. Definitely, because I got a box I gotta open. Let me look for that, Rue. Well, actually, I'll finish going down the list. So we do got a billet flex plate. I forgot to mention that. So billet flex plate, we have the billet steel center support 5CL with the pistons, which I believe, what does it say, 5 steel support. I believe it's what was on my over there. And then we have I got a t-shirt. So we got some goodies, man. We got some goodies. What do we need left though? So need to do a torque converter, which I'm gonna do the Revmax triple disc torque converter. Gonna do a low stall. I was considering a ultra low, but if you run compounds, Tom over at Revmax, love you brother. Tom at Revmax, he recommended just a low stall. So gonna do a low stall torque converter. And be real with y'all, I would try to elaborate on it, but I'm not the one. I'm not the guy, man. I'm telling y'all. So, but anyways, so we got that. We got, let's see, what else? So torque converter, billet oil pump. So I do want to upgrade the oil pump. I did a lot of research on the oil pumps on these transmissions, seeing if it was worth upgrading. Come to find out, the oil pumps actually suffer with the same issue that the valve bodies do. So from the factory, Chrysler does not put any sort of gasket or any sort of separator plate between the oil pump. If you take your oil pump out your transmission, split it open, there's 2 cog wheels inside of it, and it's machined flat with a bunch of grooves in it for the oil to go through the passages. Apparently that pump deals with similar issues in terms of cross leaks, which means at low RPM, your transmission is essentially under pressurized, and that is an immediate way to smoke your transmission, not having enough line pressure to keep those clutch packs engaged, keep that coefficient friction, if that's what I read, to keep it all in check. Okay, so oil pump, torque converter, and then all I want to do is the low reverse brag, which basically your low reverse brag is what gives you your first gear / reverse gear on these transmissions. The stock one, it's okay, but the thing about it is it's known for sometimes back spinning, which essentially it just wipes out the transmission apparently. To be honest with you, what I've been told is that if you're not having over 1,000 horsepower application, or if you're not racing it or doing launches and stuff, it's not a huge deal. But I still want to upgrade it to a heavy duty one. I'm not gonna do a billet one. I just want to upgrade it to a heavy duty one. I did research the one BD makes, about $300. It's excellent. A lot of people run it, even on their race units. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna look for the flex plate because I saw it. I saw the box. I know it's here. I just gotta look for it. So I'm gonna look for it so I can show you guys it, and then we'll go from there. Ask and you shall receive. Boom, baby. So this is the Revmax billet valve body, or billet flex plate. All right. You're in there. You might as well do it. You know what I'm saying? So this is it. Not taking it out the packaging. None of this stuff I'm taking out the packaging because when I get it rebuilt, I want it all in the packaging so that way the builder knows it's new. I'm not just bringing him a box of random shit. Granted, he probably could separate it, but I don't want to be that guy. So we have all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? this is gonna be a nasty unit. So something else I forgot to mention. Also going to have to order I'm gonna order a brand new white plug style solenoid pack for the valve body because it's old. I mean, the one on my truck, I'm pretty sure is a stock one. It has 160-some thousand miles on it, so put a new one on there. When it comes to rebuilding your transmission, y'all, don't cut corners. Unless, I mean, I say don't cut corners, but obviously you need to rebuild it within your means. Not everybody can get a built unit, and you know what I'm saying? And again, the video I made before, I talked about this where, you know, it might seem like an overwhelming task to get these transmission build, but you can do what I'm doing. You can order piece by piece. You don't have to order every single thing at once, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with ordering the rebuild kit and then ordering the input shaft. Like, take your time and get what you want if you want to make it right, which goes right hand in hand into making sure the right person builds it. So, long story short, at the end of the day, all I'm gonna say is that I was planning on taking my truck to Tier 1 Performance in Phoenix, Arizona. I was gonna go out there, let them rebuild it, all that crazy stuff. Long story short, the trans is basically at the point where I don't really drive it out on the highway. I might take it in town, you know, a little city driving here and there. I keep it locked up in 4th gear. I don't go past 4th gear no more just because it can't hold nothing really. 1 through 4 is fine, no issues there, but anything past that, man, is a wrap. So definitely, I definitely am ready to get this rebuilt. Also gonna be doing a cooler flush, so we're gonna be getting it flushed. I found a shop out here local, out in Escondido, California, a local transmission builder, guy named Rick, awesome dude. He builds a crap ton of transmissions, and he's also the owner of his company. So we had a nice long talk, and I felt super confident that he knew what he was doing. So we're gonna be getting it built local, which is awesome because we don't have to travel. But yeah, you guys, so this is where we're at now, man. So let me know what you guys think. We got a ton of parts. Now I gotta put all the parts back in the box because I can't just leave them out like this. So we got a ton of parts, all Revmax, billet parts, shiny stuff. It sucks to see all this pretty stuff have to go inside a unit where you're never really gonna see it again, but you know it's there though, and that's what makes a difference, and it's gonna make the difference with the wheels to the tires. So that's all that's gonna be for this video. Thank you for sticking around.